Hello, ladies and gentlemen. This is 50 of Muffin Cup Gaming, and today we are going to be continuing the Shaman Arena run. I'm currently 1-1 with this deck. The previous recording where I did play these two first games got screwed up, so unfortunately I don't have that anymore, but we're going to be continuing and hopefully hitting that 12-win marker. The deck itself, I think it's fairly well balanced. Unfortunately, it does have a ton of 5 and 6 drops, which makes for some awkward, I guess, scenarios mid to late game where you play a 5 drop and then you can't really spend your mana on anything else. But the cards I did get, I'm pretty happy with. So you know, it's been going well.
Thrall versus Rexa.
Let the hunt begin for Doomhammer.
Alright. So I'm going to keep the Chillin' Yeti, the Knife Juggler, and the Lightning Bolt, and I'm going to send back the Fire Elemental. It's actually a really strong and great card, but it's a bit of a waste to hold it until I can play it turn, I guess, B5, since I have the coin. And I drew into a Shield Master, which isn't too bad. Turn 1, I'm thinking about dropping the Knife Juggler, but the only thing with that is hunters do have a lot of removal. But you know what? Why not? Alright. So, what I'm going to actually do here is, I think I am going to Lightning Bolt his Raptor. The Knife Juggler is really strong in the Shaman deck because we have the Totem hero power, which does trigger Knife Juggler's ability. So I'm going to try to keep it alive as long as possible, although it's looking less and less likely that's going to happen. Hopefully ping this guy off. Awesome. Get him for some damage. Next turn he'll probably just trade with my Knife Juggler, but by then I'll have 4 mana. So oh well. I'm gonna play the Shield Master here. I'll get for some damage. If he tries to attack me, he's gonna lose his Cult Master regardless, and I'd like to have my Chillin' Yeti at full health at 4-5. Alright, so the options I have here are to either drop the Gadgets and Auctioneer, well, I guess Chillin' Yeti, Auctioneer, the Spiteful Smith, Earth Elemental, or Scarlet Crusader. I'm not going to drop the Yeti yet, just because I feel like either of these two cards are a stronger play than the Chillin' Yeti. Gadgets and Auctioneer, I actually took this fairly, I think, early-ish on in the draft, and he was a part of, like, his round of cards didn't have anything great, so I mean, I picked him up, although I don't have too many spells in my deck, so he's not really that strong, especially, I mean, right now I have no spells in my hand. Spiteful Smith, pretty strong card. I don't have a weapon, but I mean, you know, it's a 4/6, so it's a beefy creature, and then my Earth Elemental is pretty strong in its own right, so I think I'm going to play the Crusader, drop the Totem, and then take out his taunt. What I'm thinking next turn is if he decides not to trade, or, oh right, I forgot I had this. If he decides not to kill my Shield Master, you know, that's great. I'll probably punch in, take this guy out, with my Scarlet Crusader. I still have the Shield Master, and at 6 mana, I can, you know, drop a whole bunch of cards. And I could even drop the Earth Elemental. Oh, looks like he can now trade with my Shield Master if he decides to attack. But he does not. Okay. Alright. Well, what we can do here is this.
I wonder.
I could potentially save the silence for something bigger, but I have you know, some beefy creatures here, so I'm not too worried about, you know, him playing his big stuff. So what I'm gonna do is silence the 8. I'm gonna take out his Cult Master, get in for some damage, and then I'll drop a turtle. The reason I didn't take out any of these guys just yet is because he can't get through my Shield Master unless he decides to attack with both of them, and then they would then be both at 1 health. So I mean, they're not really a threat. I was hoping for one of the 1/1 totems. I can just trade if he decides to do that. But even if he doesn't, I'm gonna drop a taunt next turn, so I don't think that's going to be a huge problem. Alright, well, I lost the Scarlet Crusader, but that's alright. Alright, well, he decides to trade those, so that's fine. Okay. It's actually really, it's really good top deck. Just need to think how I go about this. Let's see. Alright. I'm gonna take out his wolf. So both these guys lose their +1. And then I'm gonna take out his guy. Alright. Now he's left with a 1/1. Unless he can boost this card somehow, he can't take out any of my creatures. And the next turn I have enough mana to actually drop a Ragnaros. I could even bypass the Earth Elemental. So I can do that. Ooh, yikes, big creature.
Let the pain speak to me.
Okay. Okay. What I am going to do is this. He's only at 3 cards, so I'm not too worried about what's in his hand. I'm going to take out his Acolyte, take out his Monkey, and I'm going to drop a Ragnaros. The reason why I didn't attack him directly was because I want Rag to hit this. Alright, well, that's not a big deal. I was hoping the Rag would take out his Fire Elemental, and then basically next turn I would be able to kill him. But, I mean, either way, it doesn't really matter because now he's at 12 health, and there's about 10 damage going at his face next turn, and I also have a Lightning Bolt. So he's in a pretty dire spot right now. He needs to get rid of Ragnaros immediately, and even if and when he does, I still have 2 fairly large offensive threats. Okay, so it looks like we're trading elementals there. He's going to draw a card. He's going to fish for some of his removal. Ooh, a secret.
Don't mess with Tusk.
Okay. Now let's see how we can play this. I'm thinking we drop a...
What to do?
I'm just gonna drop the Auctioneer here. I think that... Ooh, if that's an explosive trap, that'd be pretty bad. Okay. I'm gonna attack directly. Yep, explosive trap. To be expected. I'm gonna drop the Gadgetzan Auctioneer. I'll hex his Cult Master. I draw a card, and I don't want him to get the card advantage from his Cult Master. And then I'm gonna take out his 2/3, and I draw another card in the process. Now if Rag hits him, now. Oh well. I mean, I was hoping Rag would hit, you know, obviously the 100 directly, but either way, he's left with a 1/1 on board. I have a Ragnaros and a 4/4, and a bit of card advantage over him. Okay. He's going to be trading all of his creatures to take out my Rag, and that is okay with me. So next turn I'm going to be at 10 mana, and I want to put out, let's see, the most, I guess the highest amount of damage possible so I could take him out next turn. I'm going to drop the taunt
The
here,
gates are open.
and I guess I'll just drop the Razor from Hunter, get in for some damage. End the turn. I have lethal on board, and even if he drops something, I have removal in Stampede and Kodo. I have Taunt and Earth Elemental, and then I have 2 really strong offense creatures.
I let the dogs out.
That alone won't save him.
We must cleanse the Sunwell.
That. I think he's just doing the math right now, and he realizes that it's still game. Oh. Well, let's see what that is. Cool. Doomhammer. I'll go for some direct damage. And we still have lethal. So that's the Shaman deck. It's now at 2 and 1. Let's play another. Yeah, the Shaman deck, this Arena deck right now that I drafted, I really like just like the value I get out of all my cards. I really went for and got really lucky with a lot of the picks, but I just went for cards that would help me swarm the field. Unfortunately, didn't get any Bloodlust, and I passed on a bunch of Flame Tongue Totems because I wasn't anticipating on going this route when I first started.
For Doomhammer.
But I did get some good cards regardless. Gonna pass the Fire Elemental again, and I have the Knife Juggler once again. Knife Juggler is still pretty great against a mage, but unfortunately because of his hero power, he loses some of his, or a lot of his survivability. Fortunately, he didn't play anything, so I'm still going to play him. If he doesn't play anything from his hand, he'll most likely just ping this down. Yeah, looks like that's what he's going to do.
One shot, one
Alright.
kill.
Kind of thought something like that might happen, but Oh well. Could have been a lot worse. I'm going to play the Worgen Infiltrator and then drop the Totem. I like the Infiltrator. It has stealth. 1 for a 2/1 is really strong, so if he drops something, it can trade for it. He also can't ping it. Let's see. I wasn't sure what secret that was, and I had a feeling it was this, but no matter. That's what the Worgen Infiltrator is for. You definitely don't want to give a mage spell power. For this exact reason. He's doing a pretty good job of clearing my board. I'm just hoping I draw into some of my better cards. I really don't want to use a Stampeding Kodo to take out an Elven Archer, but at the same time, I don't want to just play a Totem and do nothing else. I do want to start whittling him down. So it looks like that's the only option I really have here. And a 3/5 is going to be pretty tough for a mage to kill. Oh man, this guy has a lot of secrets. And with 3 attack, I'll be able to get him for some damage. Okay. I'm definitely gonna take. Jeez, that's annoying. Yeah, I'm gonna do this. Play that guy. I don't think he gets the battle cry. Okay, yeah, that's what I thought. And I get a taunt. Perfect. Okay.
For the king!
Slowly working my field down. That's okay. I'm going to do that. I'll get my guy. And that way, if he decides to trade with my 2/1, he'll lose his creature as well. And doing 1 damage really isn't a big deal. I'm going to hold on to the Lightning Bolt for something more, you know, like a bigger threat. I have a Hex in case he drops something. Oh, that's annoying. I have a Hex in case he drops something, and then next turn I'm dropping a Chillwind Yeti. So, while he's doing a pretty good job of keeping my board clear, I am responding with some big threats of my own. I decided to play the Jungle Panther because unless he plays a Blizzard, he's safe from the mage's magical attacks.
My shield for Argus!
Yikes, that's a good card. But so is this. Alright. Let's ping him for 3. Get him for some damage. Summon that totem. Spell damage. I think I'm gonna take out the defender. He could have traded his Defender of Argus for my Jungle Panther, or if he had some sort of burn card in his hand, he could have taken out my Fire Elemental, so I think it was worth taking out his 3/3. And now I have a bunch of cards on field. Ooh, Stranglethorn Tiger, good card. Alright. I don't want him freezing all my creatures, so I'm gonna hex that. I'll play my Doom Hammer. With my Doom Hammer, clear the way. Then some damage. End the turn. Ooh, looks like he's drawing for some cards. I'm sure he really didn't want to give me cards himself, but he's in a pretty bad situation with 9 health, so I can see why he did that. That's an interesting play. I don't think I agree with it, but okay. Not really sure what the point of that was, but okay. Alright. So I'm going to take some damage to the face here.
Elements guide me.
Alright, so what I'm going to do is totem up, hope for a spell damage. No, well, that's not bad. And then I'm going to fork lightning. That's what I was afraid of. I guess I'll take the 5 to the face, hit for 5, and then drop the taunt.
Job done.
Yikes, polymorph. That's not good.
Blood and plunder.
That's an interesting card from him. Well, I'll play my own taunts, and I'll just pass the turn, I guess. No reason to use 2 durability, and take 6 damage to the face to take out this guy. Another polymorph. Ouch. Okay, well, I'm going to play another taunt, and then my Divine Shield, and he's currently in top deck mode, so I'm gonna pass a turn. I don't want to take any excessive damage. Next turn, what I can do is I can just punch my way through this taunt, trade that, hit for 6. Alright. Let me see if there's anything I can do to win. Copy this.
Elements guide me.
Get through 1 taunt.
Elements guide me.
Get through another taunt. Damage to the face. And a totem. So I'm pretty sure I have a victory in hand. I don't think there's anything he can do to stop me at this point. I guess he can just, there you go, Fire Blast himself for the honorable death. Alright, well there's a second victory. And I'm going to take a quick break here. I will continue the arena run with a shaman. I think this deck has a lot of potential. Like I said, there's a lot of threats and it's just really well balanced. I think its one weakness is the fact that it has so many 5 drops and 6 drops. But all these are really, really strong cards. So, I mean, you know, that's really not a bad problem to have, I guess. And having a Ragnaros is just amazing. I mean, the fact that I got this in a draft is it's pretty sick. So I'll take a quick break here, and then I'll come back with a part 2 in the near future. So keep an eye out for that, and I'll see you guys next time.